Okay, so this section is multiplying a decimal by a whole number. Simple, yes? Let's do this. Let's multiply 55 by 4. Okay? Can we do that? Is that easy? Okay. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 5 is 20, so it'll be 22, right? So that's the answer. 220, right?
Yeah.
Yes? Yes? Now, let's put a decimal point right there. Now what's the answer?
2.2.
No, it's one decimal place.
2.0. 2.
Right?
No.
You sure?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. 20.5.
So 5.5 and 5.5 is 11, right?
No.
No? 5.5 plus 5.5 is not 11?
Oh, it is, yeah.
Okay, good. Now let's take two more. 5.5 plus 5.5 is 11. What's 11 and 11?
Well, 22.
There you go. Yes?
Yeah.
So that's why we're estimating, right? You're estimating because we want to make sure that the answer makes sense. Because here, the answer is 22, but you said, no, it's not 22. But if you stopped for a second and said, well, let's see if that makes sense or not. And then when I talked you through it, you said, oh, all right, that makes sense. That's okay, we're cool. You get it? Now, so is there really very much difference between simply multiplying two numbers, two whole numbers, or multiplying a whole number and a decimal? Is the mathematics, is the multiplication the same? Yeah, the multiplication is exactly the same. It's how you treat the answer afterward that is significant. Let's do another one. Let's say 1.23 times 5. Okay? Now, let's pretend this is 123. What's 123 times 5? What would you think it would be? It's at least what?
5.
500 plus 20 times 5 is another 100, so that'd be 600. So it's something over 600, right? Yes? So let's see what it is. 5 times 3 is?
15.
15. Okay. 11.
And 6. Yeah, another one goes on top.
No, it's 5 times 3 is 15. Carry the 1. 5 times 2 is 10. That's 11. Right?
11, one more.
But I got to put that, right?
That one on top of that.
No. Yes, but it's one number value there. So it's 5 times 1 is 5 plus the 1 is 6.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. All right.
The one on.
You get it?
Yeah.
So yes, it's a little bit over 600, and that makes sense. Right? Now, how do you treat this though? 6.15.
Yeah.
You get it? Mohammed, are you with me?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay. Let's do another one. It says 5.2, 5.3, 5.4 times 6. All right? Gentlemen, thank you for participating in a very, very nice way. Excellent. So, 6 times 4 is?
24.
All right.
32.
32.
18, 21.
21.
That's 31. So 31.24.
Hmm?
31.24.
6 times 4 is 24, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And then
And then 6 times 5 is 32, right? And then 6 times 3 is 18, right? 6 times 3 is 18 plus the 3 is 21, right?
Wait, you didn't get the 8.
No, honey, I know. I'm trying to do this. I don't know what you're doing, but maybe it's me. It might be me. Let's start over. Okay? Let's start over. 5354. Okay. 5354. And what are we multiplying it by?
6.
6, right? Correct? All right, 6 times 4 is, let's continue where we were before the tape stopped. All right, so 6 times 4 is 24, right? 6 times 5 is 32, plus the 2 is 32, right? And then 6 times 3 is 18, plus what? Plus what?
The 1.
Plus what?
The 1.
Plus, no, it's not 1, girl. It's not 1. Look, 6 times 4 is 24, right? Okay, that's where I get the 4 from, yes? And then 6 times 5 is 30, plus the 2 is 32, correct? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then 6 times 3 is 18, right? Plus the 3 is 21, right? 6 times 5 is 30, plus the 2. You get it? From 21, right? So that's going to be 32. Why do you keep saying 1? No, that's okay. We need to correct this, that's all. If it's a major problem, then we want to sort it out, right? You get it? Okay? Yes, thank you very much. I'm aware of that, but thank you for helping. I appreciate that. But what did we just talk about? Understood. So, how many decimal places are there?
1.
There's 1?
Oh, 3.
3. Very good. So then, what would I wrap? Where would I put the decimal point?
Before 4, 2, and 1.
Before the 2 and the 1, right? And let's see if that makes sense. Let's see if it makes sense. This is a little bit greater than 5, right? Right? 5.354, right? It's greater than 5, right? It's about 5 1/3, right? Right? And times 6, correct? So the answer is got to be a little greater than 30, right? 32, does that make sense? That makes sense. All right. Now, so you'll find that there's really not a big difference between multiplying two numbers, where one is a decimal, one is a whole number, or multiplying 2 whole numbers, correct? Really the same. If you multiply 12 times 12, we know that 12 squared is what? 144. Times tables? Okay. So we know that it's 144, right? Let's say that's the answer you get. Okay, shall we do it out? Along the multiplication. So it's going to be 24, and then 24, and that's going to be, sorry, done. That's going to be 12. That's going to be 4, 4, 1, right? So that's the answer. But if I go like this, let's say, what's the answer? Let's say this. Let's not get too complicated. What's the answer?
1.44.
No.
14.4.
0.144, right? Correct? Yes? If I went like this instead, it would be 0. Put 0 there. Correct? You see that? How you're adding the decimal places? Do you see that? Mohammed, are you with me? All right. So let's do a word problem, and then we'll look at the next section. Let's say number it says the Townsend's big-eared bat lives in river valleys in southern British Columbia. It has a mass of 8.812. 8.812. and there are 6 of them. What's the total mass? How would you do that?
You're gonna multiply that.
You're gonna multiply, right? Okay, so 6 times 2 is?
12.
12. 6 times 1 is?
6.
6 would be 7, good. 6 times 8 is?
48.
48. 6 times 8 is?
48, but plus 4 would be 52.
52.
It's 52.87.
52.872. Clear? Okay. Now, what I want to do is, it says multiplying a decimal less than 1 by a whole number. It's basically what we've been doing. It's not terribly difficult. So, let's pick a decimal less than 1. Anything. Yes?
0.5.
5.5?
Yes.
Okay, 0.5. Pick a whole number between 1 and 10.
5.
5. What's the answer?
Is 0.25. No way. 5. 5, 2.
Well, what's 5 times 5?
25. It's gonna be
20?
25.
No.
2.5.
No. Yes, 2.5. Very good. Because there's only one decimal place, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you get it? What about 0.33 times 10? How would you do that?
0, 0. That's 30.
You put a 0 then, right?
Yeah, that's 30.
Then what?
And then put another 0.
Then 1 times, no, put it 1 times 3 is?
3.
Right? And then 1 times 3 is?
3.
3. And then where do I put the decimal?
Yeah.
2 decimal places. Yes? Easy? I'm not sure what is going on with that one, but it's a fairly straightforward problem. Now, I'd like to do something completely new, okay? It says dividing decimals by whole numbers. If you divide a decimal by a whole number, what is your answer going to be? It's going to probably be a decimal, probably, right? Okay. So let's do a funky one. Okay. Now, if I say to you, divide by a smaller number, right? It doesn't have to be a smaller number. You with me? I'm on page 103, right? It doesn't have to be smaller, does it? It says, let's pick 1.648 divided by 8, right? Is that okay? Yes? Is that good? Okay, good. Now, all right. How else can I write that? Can I write that as a fraction?
No.
Well, you can. 1.648. I know this is probably not, you're not ready for this, but that's the same thing. Same. This line means divided by. Look at this. You ready? This is this, and this is this. You see that? Isn't that weird? You get that? This is that dot, and this is that dot. You get it? Which one is the divisor?
The bottom one.
Divisor, right? Which one is the dividend?
The top one.
Dividend divisor. You get it? Dividend divisor. So this goes here, and this goes here. You get it? Easy? Yes? Are you all right with that? All right, it's like by definition. I know that we haven't done ratios yet, but have you done ratios in any math class?
No.
You haven't? Okay. It's kind of an quick introduction to ratios. I just erased what I had, so that was kind of silly I did that. 1.648 divided by 8. Okay? Shall we do that? Okay. 1.648 divided by 8. Right? Okay? So, here's the decimal point. Okay? Does 8 go into 1? No. Does 8 go into 16?
Yes.
See, in other words, see, you're ignoring that decimal sign in the dividend, aren't you? Yes? Yeah. So, you're saying, how many times?
2.
2. And then, what do you write?
1 and 1.
2 times 8 is?
116.
2 times 8 is what? 16. And then that's 0, right?
Yeah.
And then bring down the 4,
It does not.
right? Does 8 go into 4?
It goes to 48.
Yes, but does it go into 4?
No.
So what do I do?
You put the 8 down.
You what?
8.
Bring the 8 down, but what do I do here?
0.
I put a 0 there, okay?
And then 6. 8 times 6 and it's 48.
So then 8 goes into 48,
6 times.
how many times?
6 times.
How many?
6 times.
6 times, okay? And what's the 48? And then 0, right?
Yeah.
Right? So this 1.648 divided by 8 equals 0.206, right? Now, how would you find out if that's correct?
You multiply 206 with 8.
Let's do that, okay? 0.206 times 8, all right? 8 times 6 is?
48.
48, okay? 8 times 0 is?
0 plus 4 is 4.
And plus the 4. And then 8 times 2 is?
16.
16. Okay, what do I put the decimal? How many decimal places do I have?
3.
3. And where do I put it? Between what two numbers?
1 and 6.
Between 1 and 6. Is that what I had?
Yeah.
We're there. Easy? Easy stuff, right? Okay, this is what I want you to do. I'm going to give you an assignment during class, and I want it done before the end of class, and then I'll check it. Understood? It'll be a class work. Understood? You get it? Okay. It'll be a grade. Clear? All right, we're done. We are done. Let's say we have 3 sections that we've been doing, right? We want to start doing some homework. So, let's see. Let's say, all right, page 90, 91, 1 to 10, odd. Obviously it's 1 to 9, right? So we'll say 1 to 9. Okay? And then, next, we'll say page 94, 1 to 7, odd. Yes? Easy? And then we'll say page, what's wrong?
These are all homework?
Yes. Page 96, 1 to 13, odd. Right? And then page 101, 1 to 8. 1, let's say 2 to 8. Let's go evens this time. 2 to 8, evens. Okay?
We do this
So
all?
we'll say, yeah, it's a lot of homework, isn't it? But we'll say Tuesday is due. Clear? We'll say on Tuesday. Is that good? So today is Wednesday. So let's say Wednesday. Shall we say Wednesday? So Wednesday is 26, 27, 28, 29. Is that right?
Yeah.
29? Is that right?
Yeah.
29? Okay. So Wednesday. Wednesday, because the test is on Tuesday, right? So it'll be Wednesday. It'll be. Are you sure? Can you check that date out? What's Wednesday's date? Is it the 29th?
Yes, because today.
26, Sunday.
Yes, today is 22nd, so plus 7.
Okay. All right, good. So it'll be 29 November. Okay? That's your assignment. Now I'm going to give part of that as a classwork today during class. Understood? Where you have to do it now. Just a few problems before the end of class. Yes? Class ends in good 20 minutes. Yes? Okay, let's do it.